Howdy, y'all. It's Greg C. from Tennessee again. I have yet another wonderful Temu haul to share with y'all. But before we get started, I need to give a disclaimer like I usually do. Temu does not pay me for these demos. I am not an influencer yet, so nothing is sent to me for free. I pay for everything and I give you my honest opinions. If I find out something doesn't work as advertised, I'll always let you know. I do, however, have an affiliate link down below in the description. If you see something you like, please use my link and code so I can get a little bit of compensation for sharing these reviews. I would really appreciate it. I do read all of the comments that you leave, and I respond to almost all of them. There's always an exception to the rule. So let's get started. Well, this order is going to be mostly crafting type stuff. This is scenic material for doing like diagrams or, in my case, model railroads. I've been working at the Tennessee Central Railway Museum in downtown Nashville, and I'm actually working on a module where I will be setting up the entire module for the most part. I've already designed it, and I've got some scenery that I'm going to be adding to it. So um, some of the things we have here, it's going to be things like this is called an earthy mix. So it's sort of like it's going to look like dirt or grass or things of that nature. Um, this is it's terrain material, so it's essentially almost it's finely ground foam. So it's a ground foam. So you will see places that sell ground foam. You get this at your local Hobby Lobby, or Michael's will have stuff like this. I got this from Temu because, well, I wanted to see the quality of it. I wanted to see how much you got for the money, and I wanted to compare it to stuff I've bought at other locations. So this one is the Earthy Mix, $1.98, and we'll use that along with some of the other stuff. So some of the other stuff I got. This is the green mix. So as you can see, there's a couple of different colors in there. So it's not just pure green. It's got some what would be considered, like dead grass, maybe. Depends on how you're going to use it. But so this is a green mix, same price, $1.98. Um, not the biggest bag. All right, so moving right along, we got some dark green. So this is more of that ground foam. And yes, same price. And these bags are all about the same quantity from what I can tell. So all $1.98. Then I've got some other things. I've got this is green winter. This is a realistic, well, they call it a realistic grass cluster mix. So these are just little clusters of it's um, a I want to say it's grass, but it's not really. But they call it tufts. So these are tufts of grass, and you can put these in like little spots where the grass would be longer, or you might have a little overgrowth someplace. Um, so these are handy. They've got adhesive on the bottom of them, and you can see there's some smaller ones, or slightly smaller ones down here, and then these are like the medium-sized ones, and the large ones are up on here. So you've got a bunch of different sizes, which it's kind of cool. It's supposed to be 77 tufts, and they're 12, 35, and 30. I'm not exactly sure if that means the quantity. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the quantity, because there's 12 of these. I'm thinking there's 35 of these, and should be about 30 of those. based on what I'm seeing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So there you go. Those are $3.39. So it's a little more expensive, but you're getting a lot of them. All right. So the next one, this is dark green. Excuse me. I've been fighting a cold for about a month now. This is a dark green. I'm not sure what this is. I'll have to look up the model and compare it and find out exactly what this is. But this is either it's ground foam, just like the other stuff is. Excuse my coughing. But this is a dark green. It's a larger quantity than the other bags, as you can see. It's substantially bigger. So there's more of it. It's not quite as fine as this stuff. It's a little coarser blend. So you can use this to make trees or bushes or just grass on your scene. So, I'm going to be putting houses down on the scene I was telling you about. So with the houses, you want a yard. So that's going to be what we have around there. Next thing I have another thing of tufts. These are obviously a darker green, and that's about the only difference. It's the same price as the other one, so it's going to be $3.39. As you can see, it's the same quantities at 12, 35, and 30. It's just, the small ones, the medium ones, and the large ones. So variety. It's always nice when you're building a scene and decorating around, houses or whatever. You want to have a variety so it doesn't look all staged, basically. Nothing in nature is, what do you call it? Symmetrical. Everything's asymmetrical. Your grass is going to be taller in some spots. It's going to be greener in some spots. It's going to be darker in some spots. Ooh, next one's interesting. This is called static grass. So this is 3mm turf flock. I got green, white, dry, yellow, green. So it's a whole packet of static grass. Now, static grass, you have to apply this with a static applicator. I have one. You can see it's a fine, it's a very fine, stringy type of substance. With the static applicator, you put a base of glue down, then you have a grounding wire that goes to the applicator, and you put this in the applicator, and it uses static electricity to make this stand up, so it'll stand up on the scene. And I've got a variety of colors, so this would be like, an area with some dead grass, or maybe I'll just blend these together, or some darker grass. Kind of some off green. And let's see, there's another type of green here. You can see the fibers in there. All right, and the white, I don't know what I'm going to do with the white. I'm not doing any snow in my scene, so I might save this for something else later down the road. There's another type of green. I think it's a little, the shades, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the shades are a little different. You got your dark, your not so dark. There you go. You can probably see those there. And then obviously the brown. That'd be your dead grass. Anytime you look at nature, you'll notice in nature your colors are always varied. You're going to have some dead grass in places, and you're going to have, different shades depending on whether it's out in the bright sun or under a shade tree someplace, and any variation in between. So that's going to be the static grass. They call it a powder. It's not really a powder, but so yeah, this one's kind of a mix. This is like a yellow and a green mix. So that's a 6-pack, and $2.98 is not a bad price for that. All right, so what else we got here? We got some more ground foam. So this is a mixture. This was supposed to be grass. It's a ground foam, just like the other stuff, but this is a little more colorful. So this would be good for an autumn mix. If you can actually make imitation trees that you can actually you just put glue on the armatures, and then you roll the armature in this stuff, and this will stick to it. And so this would be good for like a autumn scene, very colorful. I don't know that I'm going to use this. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but maybe we can use it someplace else on the layout, or we could use it for like a flower bed. So because it is colorful, it'd be good for a flower bed. So for $1.99, it's not terrible. And here's another pack. So this one, yeah, this one be even more of a flower bed type of mixture, because as you can see, it's got green, and then it's got a lot of bright red in there. So that would be like your roses or begonias or whatever. So it gives me an idea for actually making a little flower bed in front of one of the houses that I'm going to put down, just to make it look like people actually live there. And as you can see, same price. All right, so now we got some this is a thicker ground foam, green 20. This is 20 grams. So it's a thicker foam. This would be used more for like bushes or large clumps of grass or whatever. But as you can see, it's a good sized bag, and price is not bad. I got a few more. Let's see. This is essentially the same thing. It's just a different shade. We can use this the same way. Oh, I see. This is the tree powder, large particle. So it's not quite as fine as the other stuff. So, this is $1.98. Okay, same as the other stuff. But this is not as finely ground up. So when they grind the foam, they grind it to either a powdery mix like this, a very fine mix, or a thicker mix like this. You can almost see it. So these are going to give me, a couple of different shades of the thicker mix. Actually, those will go with this one too. Yeah, okay. I got a lot of that stuff. All right, so then we got some trees. So with these trees, I was curious as to how they looked, how they would look as far as they're not terrible. I've seen worse trees. And what you can always do with something like this is you can actually add some glue on there, and you can add some of the other ground foam there and make more leaves to give it a fuller feel. There's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 of them in this. They're decent sized trees. Those would be good for planting in somebody's front yard. So, not terrible looking. Might put some dull coat on the trunk because it's a little shiny. don't normally see a lot of shiny trees out there in people's yards. So, but trees are pretty nice, and you get 8 of them for $2.96, which is actually a pretty good deal. All right, so I actually have a couple of tools in here, and uh-oh, there's something missing from my order. Oh, wait, nope, there's more. Yeah, there is something missing, though. All right. Looks like this is more static grass. This is a yellow-green static grass. So, artificial grass powder, yeah. It's like a static grass. So it's essentially the same thing that I've shown you, the other static grasses. So it's a yellow-green. You can tell it's got a little bit of yellow tint to it. There we go. So, yeah, this is a static grass. So that'll go through the static grass, and there's your price. Okay, so I do have a couple of tools with this order. I've got a little mini stainless steel square. This is in centimeters on one side, and it looks like, yeah, it's centimeters on both sides. That's okay. Metric is fine. It's not huge, obviously. It's 5 by 10 centimeters, which is perfect for doing the models. Sometimes you need a square edge, especially if you're building, putting together buildings. The buildings, you want them to be square. Not that people will notice, but it makes it easier for assembly. Like when you're putting a roof on, if it's not square, the roof doesn't sit properly and the house doesn't look right. It looks kind of wonky. So I just got this to help with keeping the building square. All right, I got one more thing here, and I am missing something, so I'm going to have to file a claim with Temu. I was supposed to get some disposable graduated mixing cups for doing some projects, and the disposable mixing cups are not in my order. So I am going to have to file a claim with Temu. Usually they're pretty good about it. I don't know why that didn't come. That's kind of disappointing. But I did get one other thing. This is non-craft related. Oh, actually, there's more to it than I thought there was. This is, I've seen these advertised. Oh, look at that. Replacement blades. So with Christmas coming, I wanted to try out one of these things. This is, I've seen these advertised on like Facebook, and you're supposed to be able to put your roll of wrapping paper in it, and it's got a blade right here, and it comes with 2 replacement blades, so that's handy. So I have to find a place to put those, and it even comes with a screwdriver and replacement screws, which is quite the bonus. But let me get a roll of paper and I'll show you how this works. So I've got a roll of paper, nice wrapping paper. This is the end of a roll, so I don't know if this is going to work. We'll find out. But you're supposed to be able to take this and you figure out how much paper you need, and you're supposed to be able to take this little doodad, and it just slides down the roll. And so far it's not working too well. Oh, there it goes. You have to get it started, I guess. This is kind of crappy paper, but oh, look at that. Once you get it going, it goes pretty good. Yeah, it looks like it cuts pretty straight too. I'm thinking with a bigger roll of paper, this probably work even better. But yeah, funky little tool for making your Christmas wrapping Well, for obviously for birthdays as well, any wrapping occasion. So I've seen these. I figured I'd try it, and there you have it. And for $4.24, and like I said, it comes with the spare blades. It's got 2 spare blades, so obviously doing all that cutting, you're going to wear those blades out eventually. So it's got 2 spare blades and 2 spare screws. So you'll always have a sharp cutter on your wrapping paper, or for your wrapping paper. I have to experiment with it to make it, see if it works a little better. I'm thinking on a fuller roll. This roll, as you can see, this is the end of the roll. So kind of probably a bad example, but you get the gist. It's a nice little tool. I think I'll keep it in the box so parts don't get lost. And I keep that with my wrapping paper. So there it is. Such a deal. Tells you how to do it right there. Oh, that tells you how to replace it. Okay, so it tells you over here on how to actually do the cutting. And I'm sure it'll work better on a big roll on the floor, as opposed to I've been using a utility knife, and that's not the most convenient thing. But so there you have it. Other than the missing cups, which is kind of disappointing because I kind of needed those. Other than that, everything else seems pretty good. I mean, you get a lot. I mean, it's not very expensive when you buy this stuff from some of the other shops. It can be pretty pricey. I think something like this from like Hobby Lobby would be like $6 or $7. So I think it's a better deal. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't work. I'm going to use them on the module that I'm working on, and it's great because I got a whole lot of it for less than I would have paid for maybe 1 or 2 bags normally from someplace else. Anyway, so that's it for this episode. Thanks as always for joining me. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you spending the time to see my little doodads and gewgaws and gadgets and things. And thanks for trusting me and testing stuff out for you. I'll see you all in the next time. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and any other holiday you may be celebrating. Take care.